Welcome to the Lessons of a Lashpreneur show, Kileigh. Thanks so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so let's dive into social media marketing. Oftentimes I get students and people messaging me saying they just don't like social media, or it's toxic, or they just don't know what to post, or they're confused by it or overwhelmed by it. So they just don't use it. What are some of the benefits of social media marketing that you can share given your experience, as opposed to, trying to network with other people or using Google or SEO to get clients in the business?
Of course. So social media marketing is one of the best ways to market, especially in the beauty industry, especially if you're in lash as well. And if you have training and courses, it's great because it's more organic. You can actually connect with your audience and build a relationship rather than just throwing products in their face. So that's why I think social media marketing is perfect. Also, social media can definitely be toxic. However, you can curate your feed so it represents what you want to see rather than what you don't.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think so much of what social media has become is this connection point, especially through COVID.
Right.
We couldn't physically be around each other. I think even
Exactly.
more so, it's become not only just our, personal relational connections with people, but even our entertainment and like the
Exactly.
success of TikTok and Reels kicking off. It's not just about, hey, I have a business and here's a product or here's a service. It's how can we get to know each other and do business with people rather than businesses and corporations, right?
Exactly. And I think it also makes it a little bit more fun, like with all the sounds and things of that nature. It's not like suits like how it used to be back in the day. People are now having fun and language is different. So it's a great place. It can
Right.
be if you make it a great place.
Right. And I think the unfollow button and the mute button and the block button are probably
In the block.
best things that you can use on social media.
Exactly. I agree.
So kind of give me some tips on how you recommend lash artists grow their following. A lot of them do what I call follow for follow trains. So they go into these lash artist forums and they're like, hey, I want to get to 500 followers. Follow me, I'll follow you back. And so they just have a bunch of lash artists following them. But from my understanding of the algorithm, that actually hurts them from actually reaching potential clients because they think they have a big following, but really it's of the wrong audience.
Yes. I would not recommend that way. I think it's not really organic. Well, it is organic in a way. However, the people that you're asking to follow may not be interested in your content or will not engage. So I think the best way is the way I garnish loads of followers for clients is going into competitors' accounts and engaging with the girls that are already engaging with the competitors' pages. Therefore, you know that the girls that are engaging are already interested in the service you offer or the products that you have. Therefore, they most likely will follow you and start to check out your story. Another great way is through hashtags, going through the hashtags and just engaging with lash artists, if that is your target audience, or just the clientele, would be great as well.
Yeah, I would think for those that are serving lash artists, going into competitors' feeds might be one way to do it. I could see where like a solo lash artist going into another solo lash artist feed. Oh, that might bring out the club.
It happens.
Complementary businesses as well. Like if there's somebody who does waxing and you do lashes and you're engaging on her feed, that can be a great collaboration professionally, but also creating awareness for the people that follow that wax artist or hair extensionist or whatever. So you're not like trying to creep on.
Right. It definitely happened.
Down the street.
There was definitely an instance where I was doing that tactic on a client's account, and the smaller artist, she was like, hey, I see you reaching out to some of my friends and family that follow my account. Like, do you want to collab? And we just connected that way. And I told her it's just like a growth hacking tactic.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that. All right. So for those people that just have this vile response to social media, or it's just really not a healthy place for them to spend time, even if they were to look at it as a tool to grow their business instead of the personal use that most people use social media for, what kind of advice do you have for those that just don't want to use social media to grow their business, but still take advantage of the benefits of what social media has to offer?
Right. I definitely say social media management or marketing is definitely needed. So if you don't want to do it yourself, like you hate social media, definitely hire somebody to help you. It's very easy. And it also helps you scale your business and free up your time as well, so you can focus on other business tasks. Also, if you are not necessarily in the market of hiring somebody, you can always pre-plan your content using platforms like Planoly or Later helps you automate your content as well, which is with some things that we use, but it also is great for people that are smaller businesses that don't necessarily have the budget to hire.
Yeah, I think so much of where to get traction with social media and to stay consistent is the planning of it and
Hmm.
doing it in advance so that you're not waiting for the day of to go, shoot, I need to post today. I don't have a reel. I don't have a, and so you just post something just to post because you want
Exactly.
to check the box, but then your
Hmm.
social media doesn't work. But if you are intentional about planning it in advance, you actually take the emotion out of it, whether you're feeling rushed or whether you're feeling like
Right.
down that day or this photo isn't good enough. You kind of get out of that, and it just, you schedule it in ahead of time. So all you have to do on an ongoing basis is engage and, comment,
Exactly.
people answer DMs, that kind of stuff. So
Exactly. And
go ahead.
I was going to say, and those platforms also allow you to schedule stories as well. So it'll give you notifications and stuff. So you definitely don't need to be like overwhelmed with posting constantly if you pre-plan.
So what about people who have an issue or a struggle with showing their face on social media?
Mhm.
Is that something they have to do, or is it something that they should be doing?
It depends. So if you are a salon, say you have a salon and you have multiple stylists, I think it is nice to do at least one post that introduces your team so people know who they're coming to. You can also just have one person that is comfortable in front of the camera, just be dedicated to your social media, but also builds trust just because people will know who that person is.
Yeah.
Now, if you're somebody that does not want to be in front of the camera, that is completely okay. You can do a lot of voiceovers and just like show yourself practicing your craft, whether that's you just placing lashes, doing a client, or just setting up for clients. Those are some ideas you can do.
Yeah. I like to challenge people to let the data do the talking. So
Yes.
I don't know if you experience this with your clients, but I experience this both in my business and with a lot of my students, that when they put photos of them on their feed or they have video, they tend to perform better than, say, stock images or lash client photos or, nature scenes or stuff like that. Is that something
Hmm.
that you recognize too, that people connect more with faces?
Yes, that is very true. With most of my clients, all the posts of the owner of the business usually does the best. And that's because people are nosy. And that is just the true fact. People relate more to the face and they want to know who's behind it. So I think at least a couple posts per month with your face is great. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, and even doing a trade with even an amateur or an up and coming photographer where you're doing their lashes and they do pro photos, so you have some content where you
Exactly.
feel beautiful in those photos and you're proud
Exactly.
to show it off. Maybe not you like live in the moment, but a curated
Right.
photo that you're
Right.
doing.
Definitely.
Yeah,
High quality photos definitely will perform better, especially if you don't want to be in front of the camera. Just make sure you have that high quality aspect.
awesome. So let's dive into social media managers. How do you know the good
Mhm.
ones from the not so good ones and the ones that are just, doing sleazy, spammy tactics?
Yes, I definitely would say, I know people say you don't need a website, but I definitely recommend having a website just because it provides credibility and lets them know that you're a real person. And it's also where you can also put some of your success stories. If a social media manager has no success stories, then I don't think they're the best person to work with. And if they're not telling you how they can solve your problem and they're just telling you about if they're just asking you about money, they're not the girl for you or the man.
Right, right. And I think, and so what gets tricky with a lot of social media managers that I've come across in my day and is just that they'll do what's the easiest route. Not all
Hmm.
social media managers, you need to find the ones that aren't going to do the easy route. But it's like, I'm going to come up with these templated photos. I'm going to put inspirational quotes on. We're going to have inspirational quotes in the captions and use, hashtags, but it's not really selling the business or the service.
Right.
There's no point to the photos other than filler and fluff, which does not
Right.
convert dollars into the business. And so I think
Exactly.
in so many ways, and what I was so impressed with you about was not only was your consultation and the conversation we had like really professional, you were organized, you had like a whole process of what you walked me through with your services, but also just that you got the strategy side of it. I feel
Thank
like
you.
so many social media managers are just the pretty aesthetic,
Yes,
but y'all can do pretty aesthetic by yourselves. You don't need to pay somebody else to do that. It's the
exactly.
strategy and implementing the strategy that's the key component here. And being
Exactly.
able to track the growth and the analytics to see what is the return on the investment from the business owner. And so like you
Exactly.
even had it where you were giving reports of like, here's what we've grown, here's what we've tested, here's what we tried,
Hmm.
experimenting with the platform and the channel to grow it, if that makes sense.
Right. Exactly. Yes. With KNS Studios, we definitely, each week, the clients get reports of their insights and data. We're very data-based. We just don't just do stuff on a whim. We're testing things out and seeing what's working and what's not. If it's not working, we're not doing it anymore. For example, 2 weeks ago, the creators verified app on or app account on Instagram said the hashtag strategy changed for the 1,000th time. Anyway, they said only put like 5 to 7. So we tried that out for about a week and our engagement went down instead of increasing. So I said, you know what, we're no longer doing that for the account. We're going to continue to do our 15 to 30 because we see that works best. And that's something you want to keep in mind as a social media manager, or if you're doing your social media as well. Some things that they say is best practices may not be best practices for you. So you have to test it out and see if it works.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. And I love that Instagram is trying to be more forthcoming because they've been so
Hmm.
secret for years. But
Right.
yeah, it is each profile is so unique and so different that it's not necessarily a copy and paste template. There are definite
Exactly.
ways in which, you know, having headlines in your caption and getting attentions and, you know, testing out caption length and different colors on your photos, words versus faces, you know, there's a whole bunch of things to test out. But
Right.
social media can be a formula that is repeatable for success, and your data and your analytics is what's going to tell you what's performing well. And it's really
Exactly.
amazing because I get lash artists, they're super busy and their money doesn't come from social media marketing directly, but if you don't
Right.
have it, you're going to not have money in the future because you haven't been doing your marketing. So
Exactly.
I love it for both. Like when you're new, trying to justify the investment into a social media manager, you have to look at return on investment. And the way that I
Hmm.
talk about return on investment as a business owner is if I can get a return on my investment within 3 months, it's a wise investment for me. So, you
Exactly.
know, how much time am I saving? Because it is costing you time to do the tasks in your business that aren't directly paid because your time is
Exactly.
value to it. So if you were able to take 1 or 2 more clients because you freed up 2 hours a day to not do social media and the marketing, what is that cost to, or what is that increase in cost or revenue to the business?
Right. Exactly.
Whether there's a will, there's a way. So if social
Exactly.
media management is something you're interested in, there's always a way to look at the investment into it as a means of
Hmm.
growing your business, because it
Yes.
all marketing should grow the business. And if it doesn't,
Yes.
don't invest in it.
Yeah. Then there's no point to have it. So, for example, our clients, we have one client, she's in the lash business. The second week of having the social media management, we managed to book a client, or excuse me, a student for $2,000 for a private training in month one. And then in the second month, we did the same deal. We booked another client. So she made $5,000 or $4,000 already. And her service was 1,800. So she definitely had a big return on her investment already. And another client has a 49% return on investment. So we're about freeing your time and also making sure you make a profit on the service you provide or get with us.
Yeah. Plus they got their time back.
Yes,
They
exactly.
don't have to do
That's the most important.
any final tips that you want to share about social media strategy, about content curation, or just best
Mhm.
practices with Instagram?
Yes, of course. So definitely make sure you're using your stories. Stories is a great way to connect and engage. It's also a way where you can be more personal, very authentic as well. You can show yourself with no makeup, which people love, especially in the beauty industry. I know everything has to be perfect, but sometimes when you're just raw and real, it really connects with the audience. Make sure you're doing those poll stickers. This is a super cool tactic that I thought of recently. So if you want to capture some more emails, just especially because the holiday season is coming up, make sure you use that little sticker where you can answer questions and just tell people to drop their email in right there. And then you can take it out and put it on your mailing list, which would be perfect. Um, having a clean aesthetic or a clean feed is great, but it's not a top priority if it doesn't really convert. It just looks pretty. And make sure you're using Reels as well, because that's getting very popular.
Yeah, I mean, you can get thousands of views on Reels even if you only have a couple hundred followers. It's
Exactly. And it can happen in like 5 minutes. You never know.
Yep. And with the platform going more video, I do recommend finding a way to get over yourself and get your face on video, because it really is about the women that you can connect with and serve more than it is about you. Nobody likes to see them on video. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody likes the sound of their voice. I mean, I certainly don't, but I put it out there because it's more important for me to serve the audience that I serve than it is for me to feel like I look my best at all hours of the day.
Exactly. And if you, like you said, if you don't want to have your face in the front, if you're on TikTok and you know there's like lifestyle vloggy type vibes, you can do stuff like that instead of just talking to the camera directly, or just having fun with the sounds is great too.
I think you just nailed it right there. Having fun with it.
Yes.
That will translate so well, and people will be like, man, she really loves her job and she really loves what she does. And
exactly.
I want her stuff.
And that will bring the clients in.
Rather than, she's such a snooze. My God, another stock.
Exactly. We don't want any snooze. And also it will help you build your confidence too. Just seeing yourself and getting that response from your audience will definitely help you out.
Yeah. And if there's ever a troll, that's what the delete button is for. You don't
exactly. In the block.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Kileigh, tell our listeners more about you, your business, how to work with you, where people can find you online. Give me the scoop.
Yes, of course. So I'm Kileigh, as you guys know so far. I'm the owner of KNS Studios, which is a social media marketing and creative agency, and we help beauty business owners and luxury hospitality providers free up their time on social media and create digital success. We primarily do social media marketing and content marketing as well, or social media management, which is perfect because it's coming up on the holiday seasons, and we're coming out of the holiday season, and it'll be a perfect time to get started on your New Year's resolution and free up your time on social media and definitely boost your sales in 2022. So if you're looking to connect with us, you can always book a call at knsstudios.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at KNS_studios, and you can send us a DM and connect with us that way.
Beautiful. I will link all that up in the show notes. My dear, it was wonderful having you on, and thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom and knowledge with all the
Of course. It's great being here. I really appreciate it. Love this conversation.
Absolutely. All right, guys, until next time, have a good one.